What is the role of value pricing in gaining new clients?
Yeah, and we've spoken about value pricing. So value pricing is this whole concept of doing packages where you're taking a set of services and putting them into an easy to understand program that your prospects can kind of figure out the value. So, have you ever come across another tax and accounting practice that's charging tens of thousands of dollars for a service you essentially give away for free, right? So it's kind of a frustrating feeling to see your peers making bank on something and not being able to figure out how they do it. So charging high prices generally does not indicate higher quality. You know that, but limiting choices helps combat analysis paralysis is what we call it. It's a kind of a term, as too many options can be demotivating. If you're out here on the West Coast, it's kind of the In-N-Out burger. Limit your selection, makes it easier for people to go in, get what they want, quote unquote, with very few choices. So this is kind of the way value pricing starts to work. And the best way to sell a $2,000 service is to put it up next to a $4,000 service. But why, right? The culprit is a common cognitive bias called anchoring. And anchoring refers to the tendency to heavily rely on the first piece of information offered when making decisions. So what we're trying to get you to think about is if you're doing value packaging, you're able to show maybe three, that's kind of what science has been saying, three choices. Let your consumer then stop worrying about whether or not they're going to buy from you. The big issue now is which service is right for them, right? So you're kind of changing the conversation from trying to close them to kind of coaching them, and this is the best program for you. So reframe the service's value, and then also be careful in the way you price things. So here's an example: it's easier to evaluate how much you're getting out of an $84 a month subscription versus $1,000 a year, even though they average out to about the same cost, right? So watch the way you price. There's a whole nother, we've done webcasts in our growth program on pricing. There's science behind it. But basically, packaging is essentially turning a set of your services into a tangible product. And it's easier for your client to wrap their head around this and foresee the value you provide. So I think this is a good reason you should look at value pricing. You can test value pricing and get immediate feedback, right? And kind of fine tune it. So what is the value of value pricing and gaining new clients, especially web referrals? You're taking friction out. You're more transparent. You're making it easier for them to choose to work with you.